You keep changing.
No, I know. I got to make it interesting.
So we're gearing up for, you know what will be interesting? Tonight's Fox Business Republican debate where the GOP candidates will face off on all the top economic issues. Blake Berman is outside the Coliseum here in North Charleston with even more. Hey, Blake.
Hey there, Dagan. Good morning to you. Huge night here on the Fox Business Network as there are two debates involving 10 candidates. The first debate of this new year as we head toward Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina, all in the upcoming weeks. The first debate coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. Three candidates on that stage include Fiorina, Santorum, and Huckabee. They'll be batting leadoff tonight. And then after that, the debate at 9 o'clock. Trump center stage once again. He'll be flanked by Cruz and Rubio. Alongside them, Carson, Christie, Bush, and Kasich. There have been a couple developments over the last 48 hours or so in this race involving Ted Cruz. Among them, his willingness and his confrontations, really, for the first time with Donald Trump. Among them, Cruz earlier this week said that Trump, quote, embodies New York values. Well, this morning, Trump has responded. Bloomberg Politics posted an interview that they did with Trump. And here's what he said in part in response to those New York values. Trump saying, and I'm quoting, "We took a big hit with the World Trade Centers. Worst thing ever, worst attack ever in the United States." Trump goes on to say the way they handled that attack, speaking of the New York people, was one of the most incredible things that anybody has ever seen. He goes on to say, when you want to knock New York, you've got to go through me. New York is an amazing place with amazing people. That from Donald Trump today. Trump, Cruz escalating, Dagan, as we head into the Fox Business debate tonight. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Blake.
Boy, Trump is good, isn't he? Yeah. I mean, he's just good at this game.
Awesome. Well, you know who thinks he's good? Robert Davi, the famous actor. He is a master at many things. He's joining us now from New York, and that is one of the reasons, right, Robert, that you are backing Trump, and I think that is a heartfelt. Again, he is loyal, and he will stand by you. And that was what you got in that response. Good for him. What do you say?
Absolutely. I have to remind Ted Cruz that Teddy Roosevelt was also from New York, as many other people. Listen, Donald Trump, to me, is the last hope for America. Now, I know Anthony doesn't agree with that because he's backed two other people before. But for me, Donald Trump's, I don't want nuance. I want bold colors, red, white, and blue. America, I have seen, Dagan, the last several decades, absolutely fray and decline. When I saw those guys on the boats, on their knees, I mean, that says a picture about America that I haven't seen ever before. And I think we need Donald Trump right now. The country needs him. And he's the only candidate, for me, that can stand up to the establishment, to the left and the right. And I've got to tell all of you something. People that I've talked to, even last night, I was out on Long Island last night, Democrats, not one or two, but many, are voting for Donald Trump, as well as Republicans. I've seen this all over the place. So I think there's a big, big movement happening, and I got to say that, you know, we need him.
Robert, I actually I respect that, and I love your Sinatra for performance last New Year's Eve. My issue with Donald Trump is not a personal one at all. It's a style issue as it relates to who's going to represent the American people globally on the world stage. And sort of the finger pointing and the attacks, I don't think are super presidential. And that's the only thing I've ever said in a negative thing about Donald Trump.
Anthony, I travel the world.
And if he becomes the president, you know what? I'm a patriot, and I'm going to support him.
Yes. I travel the world doing my singing, okay? I was just in Estonia, December 28th, in Tallinn, 5,000 people. And I engaged the people of different countries. I met a girl, a reporter, a major reporter that went to Hungary with the refugees and the migrants who, before she went there, was kind of sympathetic. After she interviewed and did a documentary for Tallinn, for Estonia, the country of Estonia, she was terrified. And I've got to tell you that Nikki Haley's comments disgusted me the other night. Okay? They disgusted me. Because first off, Trump didn't say, I want to ban Muslims like this. Anyone with any common sense, if you have a leak in your home, a plumbing leak, you cannot fix that leak unless you turn off the faucet. Because no matter how many times you attempt to fix a leak. Now, he's said, and we know, and I've said it and written about it for 10 or 15 years, the INS is broken. They don't know the vetting process of who's coming in this country. And you cannot say that Islam is also a political movement. It's a political ideology couched in a religion. Saeed Khattab.
Well, Robert, I want to bring in Steve Moore and get response to that, because I suspect in terms of the Republicans and Governor Nikki Haley in particular going after Trump on this issue, they're worried about if he gets the nomination, how he's going to fare because of this in a general election.
My big concern, look, I'm a Republican. I want to see a Republican elected in November because I think it's important for our economy and our country. And there's a lot I like about Donald Trump. But I think the thing that makes me nervous and a lot of other Republicans is, look, for Republicans to win, they have to get 40% of the Hispanic vote. They have to do with the Asian voters. And I do think some of his rhetoric, with all due respect, I think some of his rhetoric about immigration and so on, which is unwelcoming, I worry that it could be a meltdown among those kind of ethnic voters that Republicans need to win back. And I wonder what Robert...
I've talked to Pakistanis. I've talked to Pakistanis, Indians, different nations. My grandparents came from Italy. America has an immigration problem. It's called unassimilating. We're not going to have a country. We're going to be Kosovo in 50 years unless we have the people that are here assimilate into our culture. That's not happening.
Yeah, I just don't want to see those Mexicans and those, those South American voters.
Ted Cruz wants to keep them out. Trump said you can come back in.
4 years ago.
Ted Cruz wants to keep them out. Trump said you can come back in. We don't want illegal immigration, sir. I don't want illegal immigration.
Well, this is, you know what, the kind of heat that we're generating at 7:40 in the morning, you can multiply that time 1,000 in terms of what you're going to see on that debate stage tonight. Robert, I wish you were here with us.
It's love of country, Dagan. It's love of country, please.
I said heat. I didn't say hate. I said heat.
That's that Southern coming out of you, young lady.
We're all, yeah, I know. Robert can't even understand
me. We're feeling it all morning down here.
It's all about the love.
The chewing tobacco's under the laptop, just so you guys know.
Yeah, thank you. Robert, it was terrific to see you, Robert Davi.
Great to see you as always.
And by the way, somebody tweeted, where is Dagan's chewing tobacco? And the spittoon's on the floor right here, buddy. Thanks for that. Coming up, the stage is set for a tough talk on the issues. More from North Charleston, South Carolina, the site of tonight's FBN GOP debate. Next.